Wait, don't screw. If this is the first time you're coming across my page, Ebenezer Heru, then you are a lover of knowledge. It simply means you are a chosen one. And all I want from you right now is to pay absolute attention to this teaching, because you're going to learn a lot. You see, the invasion of Egypt by Alexander and the worship of Serapis is a very sacrosanct topic of discussion that is given little consideration. This topic, if well understood, will lead us to understand another way the Europeans invented Jesus the Christ. Yes, I said what I said. There is no man known as Jesus or any historical Jesus that walked on this earth. Rather, he was invented or created. Now, before we dive into this mind-blowing topic, into this forbidden knowledge, let us start with Alexander the Great. Alexander, a man who became the greatest conqueror in Western European history and the son of Philip of Macedonia, conquered Kemet in 332 BCE, which was the ancient name for Egypt, which means the land of the blacks, which was then the highest center of civilization. Have you bought your own soft copy of the book which I wrote and authored, the volume 1 and the volume 2? Have you? If you have not, you're missing a lot, and your awakening is still very far from you. The book is titled The Untold History of the Black Race and the Fall of African Civilization, while the volume 2 is titled The Ancient History of Egypt. If you want to know more about your untold African history to help the next generation, then send a message to my DM right now for you to buy your own copy. You see, for one to be a pharaoh in Kemet and exercise real political and pharaonic power, one must seek the blessings of Amen-Ra, the Egyptian sun god, and one must seek the blessings of Mahat, who is the center of justice, order, and balance. When Alexander visited the oracle of Amun, that is Amen-Ra, the same day he conquered Egypt, he needed Amen-Ra to confirm him as one of the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. The priests of Amun were so scared of their lives, so they told Alexander to submit his sacrifice. Alexander submitted his sacrifice to Amen, but was rejected. The priests of Amun told him that his sacrifice was rejected by the sun deity, but Alexander threatened their lives and compelled them to confirm him a pharaoh of Egypt. And this was how Alexander became one of the pharaohs of ancient Egypt. I want you as a black man or black woman to understand that during this time, to be one of the black kings or pharaohs was a prestige all Europeans prayed to be. In fact, the Europeans believed that being a black king simply means you are automatically a god. The Europeans, they strongly believe that there is a divine power beneath the skin of every black king. This was why when the French invaded Egypt under General Napoleon Bonaparte in 1798, they dug up the remains of our ancient African Egyptian pharaohs and used the remains and the melanin of these black pharaohs to mix with herbs to cure their numerous diseases and infections. Now, after Alexander was made pharaoh of Egypt, he married an Egyptian black woman, became a priest in the shrine of the sun god Amen-Ra, and started walking around all his conquered empires, proudly yelling and telling his subjects and soldiers that he is now the son of Amen. He even made a coin of himself in Egypt, where he was seen wearing the horn of Amen-Ra, a symbol of the sun god. Alexander was deeply and passionately into the African Egyptian spirituality because he was startled by the African Egyptian civilization. It was also one of these reasons he was poisoned to death by his generals and gay lovers. Of course, Alexander was a homosexual. I know many of you don't know this, but now you know. Now, when Alexander died in 323 BCE, his generals shared his empires among themselves, but something very astonishing happened. One of the generals, named Sultan, gathered all the generals in a meeting and killed them all. He became the sole leader after the death of Alexander. Now, when Sultan ruled Egypt after the death of Alexander, he refused to worship Amen-Ra, the central deity of Egypt. It was General Sultan who started the Ptolemy dynasty. After refusing to worship Amen-Ra, he was hated by the African Egyptians and was disrespected. to have a legitimate recognition from the ancient African Egyptians and exercise power over them, Ptolemy or General Sultan called on all the African Egyptian priests to create for him a different god figure with an European face. To achieve this, the Egyptian priests brought 2 Egyptian deities and 1 Greek European deity. They brought Osiris, Heru, and Zeus. The combination of Zeus, Osiris, and Heru brought into existence Serapis. Now, General Sultan, who started the first Ptolemy dynasty in Egypt, was now under the divine guidance of Serapis, and this way he became legitimate in the eyes of all Egyptians. Serapis became the new god, and those Egyptian priests who made the combination possible became the followers of Serapis. They were the ones who started going around teaching and converting African Egyptians to the worship of Serapis. This way, direct legitimacy was given to General Sultan, the first Ptolemy dynastic ruler in ancient Egypt. Now, have you heard about the Coptic Church? Pay attention. The Coptic Church was the first church in the world before the Catholic Church. Do you know? Pay attention. You see, it was the followers of Serapis in Egypt who went around converting people to follow Serapis. They were the ones who started the first Coptic Church, and it was Serapis that was worshipped as the god of the Coptic Church. You remember that Serapis was created by the coming together of Zeus, Osiris, and Heru, and this combination made Serapis to come into existence with an European face. Now, in the Council of Nicaea, when they were creating Jesus as a divine Messiah, it was Serapis that was voted as Jesus the Christ by the Council of Nicaea in 325 AD, under the authority of Emperor Constantine. The Africans who attended the Council of Nicaea opposed the decisions of the council since they were aware of how Serapis came into existence in Egypt. In fact, Jesus is coined from the name Hail Zeus, and Zeus is one of the deities used in creating Serapis. The Africans in the Council of Nicaea rejected the Nicene Creed and the idea of Jesus the Christ. It was at this moment Emperor Constantine ordered the total elimination of these African priests and the suppression of their teachings. One of such African priests was Eros, who opposed the idea of the Holy Trinity. His books were destroyed and all his teachings were declared blasphemy by the Council of Nicaea under Emperor Constantine. I have a YouTube channel named Ebenezer Heru. Go there and subscribe in order for you to know more.